My thoughts are is that, I know we've had some problems with the one in front of the school and it's been vandalized and there's been some things put on it, but my thoughts are is when that stuff happens is how you curb that, that thought process is you put more of them out there. Like you answer in a different way and because they're getting their way, right? We're not promoting this or helping this and because somebody's vandalized it. Like I just don't believe that's the right approach, is just to curb it and not do anymore. I think on anything like that is, we got to be leaders and lead and do what's right. And when I see it being vandalized and things drawn on it, my first thought is let's put another one up. Like let's, we're all equal in this world, and I think it's important that we promote that and we stand behind it. So I'm for putting it there. I would like to know more what the cost is, and if it's coming out of money we've already donated or given to the event center. I would be for it if they're doing it.
Thank you. Further discussion, Councillor Earl.
Thank you, Your Worship. So I was
not promoting this or helping this,
Councillor Javedkov's motion out of professional
vandalized
courtesy.
it. Like, I just don't believe that's the right.
I hope someone would give me the opportunity to speak to my motion under the same circumstances. Cost to the city. Well, there's not going to be an additional cost above the 1.65 million. But I don't imagine the event center's budget changing dramatically as a result of if we were to deny this request.
Thank you. Councillor Javedkov.
So I think it's naive to think that the taxpayers of Dawson Creek will not be required to pay for this thing. That's where the money comes from. There is no other pot of money. It comes from the taxpayers of Dawson Creek. As far as damage, we're not talking about damage. It may be put in and it may never be damaged, but it does wear out every year. You can see every other crosswalk in town has to be maintained annually. That's another annual cost. Now, if the
cost to the city, well, there's not going to be an additional cost above the 1.65 million.
Do whatever to spend the money on whatever
but,
they want. Then why are they
I don't imagine the event center's budget changing dramatically as a result of if we were to deny this request.
Doesn't make sense.
Thank you.
The other thing is there are other ways of dealing with this issue. They've got an electric sign out on the highway. I think it's naive to think that taxpayers of Dawson Creek
a flag that
will not be required to pay for this thing.
Display it there.
That's where the money comes from. There is no other pot of money. It comes from the taxpayers of Dawson Creek. As far as damage, we're not talking about damage. It may be put in and it may never be damaged, but it does wear out every year. You can see every other crosswalk in town has to be maintained annually. That's another annual cost.
Water bill.
Now, if the
cost to the city, well, there's not going to be an additional cost above the 1.65 million.
Do whatever to spend the money on whatever they want.
I don't imagine the event center's
for permission,
budget,
whether it goes through
changing
the
dramatically
event
as a result
center or
of
whatever,
if we were
it's
to
still
deny this
taxpayers'
request.
money and makes sense. And there's other
Thank you.
ways to deal with it. The other thing is, there are other ways of
Councillor
dealing
Giacca.
with this issue. They've got an
Councillor
electric
Wilbur.
sign
Thank you.
Our taxpayers any more money than we're already committed to right now. So I'm just wondering, like, why, like, that would be brought to council to approve. I know it's city property, but
Blair?
Through you, your worship. Although the event center is owned by the city of Dawson Creek, it's operated by contract by Spectra Venue Management. They cannot arbitrarily do capital works on that building without the approval of mayor and council under the contract that presently exists. That's why the request would be before mayor and council today.
okay,
So,
thank you.
Thank you. Further discussion, Councillor Parslow?
So I'm just responding to staff's last comment. Is painting a capital project?
Blair?
yes, painting falls under capital. I don't believe it's going to fall under maintenance. This is a new project, so if they were to come and want to paint the building a wild color, they're not doing that without approval of mayor and council. This is property owned. I didn't write the contract. I encourage everybody to have a look at it, but it is in there that approval would be required by the ownership, which is the city of Dawson Creek.
Approval for painting? That's
As I understand it, yes.
If I can just speak to that further. See, I thought capital projects have a life expectancy of a certain time, and this will certainly have to be painted every year. So that's where I'm coming from in that regard. But named. It was a shot that they could do that, but when previous CAO looked into it, it was within the contract that they can. So the Co-op Mercer Hall is the naming of that was entirely Ovintiv. So I'm just questioning the use of the word capital here and think it's a different definition than staff, I guess.
Blair?
All right, thank you, Your Worship, and through to Councillor Parslow. Naming rights is written in there that they have that ability.
Yes, right.
That is the difference on that. This is a new request. This is not a maintenance request. So my interpretation of a new sidewalk, for example, or new is
It was a shot that they could do that, but
okay, so,
when previous CAO
Councillor
looked
Trebekov,
into it,
we're
it was
gonna-
within the
Just the
contract.
last
They
This will
can,
be the last round.
so the Co-op
clarification.
Mercer Hall is
Just last
the naming
clarification
of
on the
that was
spending.
entirely
Are they
Ovintiv.
funding that
So
out of
I'm just
Ovintiv's
questioning
money, or does it come from
Spectra Venue Management as a fee for service for their operation of the facility is put in with their funding as well. So I couldn't tell you if it's a portion of the city's $1.65 million or a portion of Ovintiv's contribution to the budget, but it will, unless something changes from this discussion, my understanding with what I've read in here is they're prepared to do this, they're asking permission. I have no option but to assume it will come from Ovintiv's budget. So that's.
Councillor Dober, one last time.
Okay, I'll be quick, sorry. I just wanted to clarify one thing that Councillor Parslow said just about capital improvements. Capital improvements are only a one-time thing, and after that, each year, it's not a capital improvement to be approved, it's a repair or a maintenance. You can only capital expense something once, so I just wanted to clarify that.
Thank you. So the request is that council will grant them permission for the, is denying the request for painting of the crosswalk. I'm going to call the question. All those in favor?
And user report. They here staging. I think even you don't have access support. Access. No one has. I mean, even Rajat doesn't have access for this RAM Lambda. User report. Second one. Huh? Here we have to go to test. Test. Yeah, test. We don't have. I mean, you have support access. Even we have to find who was, I don't know, super admin or any admin access. No, I was searching the tickets. I thought of working on the tickets. Okay, okay. I'll. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I'll work on it now. Thank you. Bye bye.
लेता हूँ रुको अक्षय सो उसको चेक कर लेंगे हे Arun production deployment is completed. Can you just verify Arun, just health check and website? Okay. Sure, Arun. Sure, Arun. Please let us know, Arun, in case anything. Okay. Hmm? Yeah. Sure. Sure, Arun. Okay. Hmm. Thanks, Arun. Hey, thank you, Akshay. Thanks for support. Thanks, Akshay.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.